Finals footy is back. You can see it on the screen. Nathan Cleary's back. Finals footy is back. It's a sold-out crowd at the foot of the mountain. It's the Penrith Panthers taking on the Parramatta Eels this Friday night, 7:50 kickoff. What a cracking game we have. We'll run through the lineups. We'll talk about our pips, and then we'll obviously give our predictions. Starting with number one, it is Dylan Edwards, Tylan May. We'll talk about him in a second. Isaac Targo, Stephen Crichton, Brian To'o, Jerome Luai, and Nathan Cleary partner back up in the halves. In the forwards, you've got Moses Latua, Api Coruscant, James Fisher-Harris, Kickow, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yeo. And on the interchange bench, you have Mitch Kenny, Scott Sorensen, Spencer Lenu, and Jamin Salmon with Charlie Staines making up the 18. Baxter, I'm going to pop the Parramatta side up on the screen for you to run through. Take it away.
Oh, easy names this week. Clint Gutherson in the fullback, Michael Sevo and Waka Blake make the wings, Tom Opiak and Will Panasini in the centres, Dylan Brown and Mitchell Moses in the halves. You got RCG, the man, the 70s mustache, in the front row with Junior Paulo and Reed Marnie in the hooker role. You got Sean Lane and Isaiah Papali'i, the man, the man moving to the Tigers. In the second row, you got Ryan Madison to make the lock. You got, I'm just going to call him Eminem in the 14 role, Jake Arthur in the 15, Kafusi in the 16, and Nikokore in the 17 with Nathan Brown on the 18th bench. He's making a return from his coaching role at the New Zealand Warriors to make the 18th man.
Well, listen, obviously, we did give you a bit of tough names there. We did finish it off with an easy one, but we'll debut our new and improved team lineup. So when we do obviously talk about the lineups, you've got them both there on the screen now. Quickly jumping into Penrith, there is a lot of players that we can talk about. They're welcoming back their whole squad that did sit out against the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Most importantly, Nathan Cleary comes back from his 4-week suspension on the sideline, along with the other 11 regular starters. Now, Opi Coruscant did have an ankle injury. Bench forward Spencer Lenu is also returning from a shoulder injury. It's a full-strength side. Coach Brad Arthur has named the same 17 for Para. They did take on Manly. They have won 5 of their last 6 games. Baxter, I'm going to let you go first here. Talk me how you see this game going and then give me your result, 1 to 12 or 13 plus.
Well, this this Parramatta squad, I'm going to start off with the away team here. I've never seen a side like this that's gone win both times against a Storm side as well as a Penrith Panthers side, the way both teams have been playing. Like, they've been playing off the park, really good football, and here's Parramatta to just sort of steal 4 wins out of 4 against both oppositions. And hey, they're the only team, if we want to talk about past history and, you know, this and that, they always say no team outside, team in the top 4 usually wins the grand final. Okay. A team that normally puts 50 on another team in the regular season has a higher chance of winning. The only team is the Parramatta Eels. Also, they've done the double against Penrith. And a little quick stat, the last time Parramatta Eels won it, which was in 1986, Top Gun, the original Top Gun, was the highest grossest film of that time, of that year, should I say. And Tony, what was the highest grossing film of this year so far? I believe it's a little reboot of Top Gun Maverick. So if you have anything to go by, it's all for Parramatta Eels. It's their time to put their stamp and silence the critics, especially me, because I love giving it to them, about how they have a great squad on paper, yet they can't deliver. This is their time to shine. They need to hit hard. They need to win this game. Really win this game. They've done it before at the foot of the mountains, and you can't even say last time that they met them that Penrith had a weak side, because it was you could say it was 99% identical to what you're seeing on TV on the screen right now that did when they played them previously. So My thoughts here is straight away Parramatta Eels. I'm going to go 1 to 12. I'm going to be a little bit conservative here. But if I have to flip it over to Penrith, and we're going to just touch on him a little bit, Tyler May. Now, it's not his fault. It is, but it isn't. He's been done. He's been found guilty for an assault. He's paid a $1,000 fine, and that's where it ends with him. Now, my issue is not with him. It's due with the NRL. They've told him that he's got a 2-week suspension, but he can serve these 2 weeks at the start of next season, which I don't agree with. The NRL need to really look into that one, and I'm not going to touch it on it anymore. What are your thoughts about it, Tony?
Oh, I think I'm on the same boat as you. I think the NRL took this lightly when it originally happened, when it originally came out, and they did fine him. They didn't suspend him. They have taken the motion to say you are suspended now. It's a tough one because do I think because of the court case taking whatever it was, 10 months, he deserves to sit at the finals? No, but again, we talk about did what Brandon Smith, did what Cameron Munster do in the offseason, different things entirely, but they got suspended for bringing the game into disrepute. Did they say to Ricky Stewart, listen, you've called salmon a week, got a dog, you brought the game into disrepute, you can serve it next year in round 1 because your team's fighting for the finals? No, they served their suspensions at the next game. So, again, we won't talk too much.
I was going to say, you want to talk about another player that got really hard done by with the NRL. Is the man Jack DeBellin, who sat 2 years on the sideline, almost 3.
I'll jump in there. That's a bit different because
he sat 2 weeks on the 3 years or 2 years on the sideline, right? And the courts came back that there was the case was dropped. Whatever, the NRL did nothing. Didn't say sorry for your time on the sidelines. He lost 3 years or 2 years of state of origin. Rep counts. He virtually lost his Australian jersey because he was the Australian lock at the time. I don't agree with how the NRL is handling. I don't believe just because the courts are backdated or whatever, he has to serve his suspension as soon as he's bring the game into disrepute. That's my opinion.
I completely agree with that one. Obviously, with the Jack DeBellin one, we talk about what in black and white rules. The black and white rule is if you're facing a charge that holds more than 11 years in prison, you are automatically stood down. So the NRL really, with the black and white, had no choice there. So I guess that's why him. But this one here, it's not going to sit right. If he goes out there this weekend and scores the winner, there's going to be a massive uproar because as a Roosters fan, why can't Lindsay Collins serve his 4 matches next year?
That's another one.
Patrick Carrigan, why can't he play his games and then I'll nominate to serve him next year? So it's a bit of a touchy one. As for the result, I'm going to lean towards the Penrith Panthers 1 to 12. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm almost going to say 1 to 6, but I think the return of Nathan Cleary and Luai back in there together, what it gives to Parramatta is shit. Which one do we focus on now? So I'm going Penrith 1 to 12. You're going Para 1 to 12. Friday night, we're going to find out who's right, but we're already going to have a split on who's up 1-0 come final series. But Baxter, this has been the Penrith Panthers versus the Parramatta Eels preview. And I'll see you soon, obviously, for the second game of the round, which will be the Melbourne Storm taking on the Canberra Raiders.
Can't wait.